Hey, if you guys want to like and subscribe, again, not because I get street credit. My goal in life isn't to have a YouTube channel, but, again, I heard about the gospel through internet. You can like and subscribe in the channel on TIMEOUT Men's Encouragement. Hey, but I want to kick in the story, man. I was a basketball dude. I know the N.B.A. draft just happened. This is no joke. And a guy, this is like 25 years ago, and he says to me, I've been Dr. Semmelweis. What? He goes, no, I've been Semmelweised. What does that mean? This guy's like 90 at the time. What is he even talking about? Some of you guys might have heard the story that you guys are doctors in here, man. I didn't, and he's telling me the story, and I said, I was going to talk to you guys and tell you this story in a little bit short message today, and I'm going to get to Aaron, Aaron in the Bible, Aaron and Moses. I'm going to kick into that there at the end. But Dr. Semmelweis, this is no joke. This is like, he's a Hungarian dude, early 1800s, right? And he's going to go study law. Excuse me. Someone can grab me some water, it'd be great. He's going to study law. He's in Hungary, and he goes, and he decides after the first year, nah, I'm going to go into medicine. So he goes into medicine. This is no joke, right? And now it's 1840s, and he sees something going on in the hospital, and he's what do you, baby doctor? What do they call that? Obstetrician? Yeah, whatever. Wikipedia, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, man. So anyways, this is no joke. He's got the hospital, and that time, there's two wards in the same hospital, 1800s. The first ward is for, regular doctors. They got their little doctor degree. And what they do, they're delivering babies, right? But about 30% of the moms are dying in the hospital. 30% in that hospital are dying. And in the other ward, it's hardly anybody's dying. It's like 10%. So 1 out of 10 moms are dying. They give birth and they're dead from an infection or something like that. They call it like a baby fever or something. And so in the first ward with all the real doctors, it's high percentage. Like 30%. Like 1 to 3 moms are dying. And over here, it's what do you call that? Midwives are delivering babies, not the MD doctor guys. So he's a real strategic thinker, like a lot of you guys here. I know CEO dudes, and you guys strategic. You're always spinning all the time about business and opportunity, and you can put things together. This is this guy how he thought, and he started to get what's going on here, and he started trying to figure it out and figure it out and figure it out. He goes, whoa, my buddy in the first hospital, he just got kind of stabbed with a little knife on the side, and he died, a doctor, of the same thing the moms are dying in hospital 1, kind of infection. So he started to analyze it more, and what he saw was in the first hospital, the doctors, they'd be cutting up the cadavers, how this lady died, and then they'd go walk over and just start delivering babies. No washing hands at all. He said, whoa. So then he said, hey, I want a little theory, and doctors didn't want to wash their hands there. If your hands stunk, it means you're like the man. No joke. Like, oh, man, I'm Mr. Surgeon, man. I'm Mr. Dude, that's how hard I've been working today. All proud. So he figured out, hey, I'm going to make my hospital wash their hands right after they're in their cadavers with this lime stuff. Sure enough, whoa. Like almost all the deaths went to 1% within 6 weeks. Saved hundreds and hundreds of women. The women were so scared when they had a baby, they'd have a baby on the street before they'd want to go to that first hospital. And then he went over to the midwife area, and see, the midwives, they weren't in cadavers. They're just pumping out babies, right? So, but he got them to watch. And anyways, the death rate almost went to 0. It was small. He's saving hundreds of women, man. This guy, you think he's going to get big awards. So he's telling all the other doctors, and, this is what we got to do. And he didn't have any science to back it up. They said, screw you, man. I'm going to do my thing. He said, what are you talking about? They're dying. So they didn't like him. They threw him over to Vienna, and that hospital says, hey, we don't wash our hands here. We got to know what we're doing, man. You're not even pumping out babies like us. We're like in the field. He says, no, man, you need to wash your hands. That's how we do it. And then he starts writing in the journals. They shut him down. They don't want to hear it, man. They're so pissed off at the guy because he's got no scientific data to back it up. They take his medical license away. But he's so passionate, he finds another hospital. He goes, I'll work for free. I'll be your consultant for free. I want to save women. So he's just saving. Turns out they just got him so hard. They threw him in an insane asylum, and he died 12 days later, 42 years old. Oh, interesting story. How does it lead into Aaron and Moses? I don't know. I'll kick it in here. Okay? I was reading a little bit about Aaron I didn't know much about Aaron. Someone might have told me this, but he was the older brother of Moses, right? I think I got that right. Okay, so about 3 years older. But, you know, I'll say, here's Aaron, and he's the priest, and God tells him, go get your brother, and you're going to come back to Egypt, and we're going to save the Israelites, right? It's like, whoa, all right. And then he goes and tells Moses, we need to go back and see Pharaoh. I mean, you can imagine that. And Moses is like, no, I don't want to talk. I'm not a great speaker and all that stuff. He says, no, we're going to go back and see Pharaoh, and we're going to be straight up with him, and we're going to tell him we need to let the Israelites go. Now, I know some of you guys with the Jewish background here, you know the story better than I do, okay? You know, but I was thinking about him as well, about, wow, here he goes to Pharaoh. Now the Israelites are gone. They're going to go find the promised land. And then Moses goes up to Mount Sinai. I think he's there 40 days. And at that time, Aaron kind of, you know, he kind of gives into the crowd. And next thing he knows, they go, hey, we forget Moses. He's not coming back. Let's build a little golden calf. And he kind of go, okay, because he wants to please the people, right? He wants to. So here's Aaron. I mean, he goes, 1 minute he's facing the Pharaoh. That couldn't have been easy. He gets sentenced to death. And then the next minute he's kind of giving into the people. And then, you know, all happens right at the end. You guys know the rest of the story. But I was thinking about, how does that tie in with you guys today as I end this message about Semmelweis, a guy that 20 years after that, you know, Pasteur figured out about germs. So he was justified after he dies. They're like, you know what? That guy we got beat up in the mental hospital and we got rid of him. He was right. Semmelweis was right, man. I mean, go figure, right? And I was thinking about Aaron, about how, you know, another guy, he's got to risk being unpopular. He's got to risk being unpopular. Going to tie in today with you guys. And what a blessing today. We don't have any new guys today in a way. God, just the way he stirred it up today. You know the N.B.A. draft, and the guys, because I was used to be in the league, and I was a small timer, so this online ain't a big. I'm just a little peon pissant way down the totem pole. But a guy would ask me even today, hey, what'd you think of the draft and all that? And a lot of times you see these guys get drafted, and a guy asks, I say, well, we'll find out how much will he has. Will. Not about resources. A guy, you know, he's genetically hit the jackpot most of the time. Kind of like us in this room. Thinking about that coming in here. Man, guys, and this is a challenge to me as well. I'm not talking down to anybody. We got to get the gospel out. Look around the room. There's probably billions of dollars just sitting in this room. And our sorry asses are going to die real soon. Real soon. And Spurgeon challenging me this on the way over here. He said, we're all drinking from the trough of self and entertainment too much. Self-promotion. That's why I'm getting rid of the announcements after this month. No more of it. I'm done with it. I'm done with look at me. We, as a group, I'm challenging us on that, and me included. We want to use our resources the best we can that God has given us to get the word out. I'm so glad someone did that for me. And I understand you got bills to pay. I get it. And I'm talking to the guys, you know, really group one that know the love of Jesus Christ. And you know he's forgiven you. And not, hey, Steve-O's running a basketball clinic, but I want to dedicate it to the Lord. Man, I'd mother F guys all day long when I was unsaved. And then say, who wants to pray over the team? That's blasphemy. That was me. I'm mother effing everybody. I could care less about their souls. And I'm going to get some kid to pray before we go out and play. I mean, how crazy is that? We don't want to be that guy. We want to get saved and use our resources that God gave us and our talents, ability, starting in Westhaven in our homes, to get the word out and tell everybody about the great love of Jesus Christ. That's number one. That has got to be it. And I hope God stirs our conscience on that, including mine. I'm not talking down to you. I'm not asking you to do what I'm not going to do. Okay? We just got to get over self, like Spurgeon said. We got to get off the trough of self and entertainment. And he's talking about 1800s on this thing. That's the first challenge of the day, fellas. I'm thinking about the first guy I was talking about, and Aaron. Man, I'm about a guy like Aaron. He's 80 years old. He's in front of the Pharaoh, probably thinking he's going to get killed to say, let the people go. That's a guy with some balls, man. Seriously. I can imagine. When I die, I see the Lord, and I see Aaron and Moses in heaven. I'm asking them that question. You guys are probably shaking. Whoa, man. The next one is this for the guys in here that do not know the great love of God yet. I am so glad you're here. It is the Lord's work that you're here. You might think you came for business reasons or whatever to shuck and jive. No, man, I don't think so. I think the great love of God has activated you, and it's your time. It is your time. So my own thing with you is go to the Lord tonight. Ask to know Him. Lay it down. He loves you so much. He's not distant. He's right there. Right there. And get in the Word. And then also, if you got questions and stuff, and we all need guys around to come around us and help us with that growth. We need that. We got guys in the room that I mentioned. You can go see. Hey, man, what does that mean in the Word? What does that mean? This guy's telling me that. How do I get saved? All that stuff. But I know what they're going to do. They're all going to direct you back in the Word until you go direct to your loving Heavenly Father alone in your bedroom with the closet closed. That's what they're probably going to tell you. That's it for today, fellas. That's it today. But again, if you look around this room, we can collectively, with the Lord's guidance and His directive, we can all really focus on getting the great love of God out to our community, and we can blow it up. If we're like Aaron, think about Aaron. He didn't care who got the credit. He wasn't the lead dog. Moses was. He was Moses' wingman. He didn't care who got the credit. And the rest is history. And the last part is, you guys that don't know the great love of God yet, hey, so glad you're here. Go tonight because He loves you very much. If you guys are watching this online, hope you guys join us in Nashville when you're around, or on Wednesday in Pulaski and Columbia. God loves you all very, very much. Enjoy your donuts. And let's kick it in this weekend and tell other people about the great love of Jesus Christ. God bless.